Welcome back to the Michi from the Midwest podcast. I'm your host, Big Dog, aka Michi, aka
You going now?
Yeah, I'm
All
live.
right, hold on. I'm gonna let you go ahead.
I'm live. What's up? Thank y'all for tuning in this week to the podcast. Y'all tuned in last week, much appreciated. Make sure y'all go like, share, and subscribe to the channel. A week I've been waiting for a big week up in boxing, big ass week in UFC 291. We're gonna get into a little bit of that, but let me start this. Oh, I'm gonna start off with sports. Damn, I'm slipping, y'all. I ain't did a quote in the day. I didn't do a quote today. Today I actually was running behind on time and stuff, but I'll put something out there sometime this week. We're gonna start off with sports. I'm gonna get right into it. I'm gonna get into the NBA. We had a big week in contracts. The biggest NBA contract, the largest deal in NBA history. Jaylen Brown signed a 5-year deal, $304 million deal to sign back with Boston, 5 years in Boston. What I think about this situation is that they're going to need more than him and Jason Tatum. I know that Jason Tatum is due next week, no, not next week, next season to get his max contract. It'll be somewhere 250, 320 range. That's like $600 million on two people. I believe in building the team. You can't, in this day and age, you can't have two people, you can't have three people. Like, you really got to low-key starting to build 4 people to show up. I'm not saying all of them have to be superstars, but you got to build a team. Boston went out and they got Porzingis. They traded Marcus Smart to Memphis. Yeah, he went to Memphis. I don't think they got Titus or anything. No, they said Devin White gonna be starting this year. So my thing is, I believe that Jaylen Brown, he's one of my favorite young dudes out right now. But $300 million for him to be the highest paid, I would think if you're the highest paid in the NBA, you should be the best player in the NBA. Like I said, I'm a Jaylen Brown fan. I don't believe he's a top 10 player right now, as far as top 10 overall. In his position, of course, but I think his main problem is something that they've been saying is his handles like been going crazy. They said about 2 years ago he broke his wrist in his shooting hand, and I think that's the same hand that when he be dribbling he always loses. So it's like I don't know if he can't get his grip back because some games he can hold on to the ball, but a lot of them games like. In the clutch time, like crunch time, he been fumbling the ball. So I'm just hoping that Boston finds a way to build a team because I really do want these dudes to win. If my Lakers don't win, I know like how some people be in too deep with basketball. Like, I'm a Lakers fan for life, but I still have my certain favorite players. I know my team's not gonna always be good. I'm always watching other certain young dudes coming up in the league, and Jaylen Brown is one of them. I like Tatum as well. I believe them two could get a ring one day, but they gotta start. They gotta build their team again. But overall, salute to him. I'm happy he got paid, but I just don't see him as a top player in the league. I don't believe he's a top 10 player currently in the NBA. So salute to him for getting his bag though. What else? As far as football, Justin Herbert became the highest paid quarterback in history. And his deal was $262.5 million, 5-year extension to play with the Chargers. My thing with that issue is that the Chargers ain't did shit. Like why y'all paying this man $260 million? These motherfuckers was just up 27-0 in the playoffs, and they fucking lost. They blew the game. Jacksonville came back and beat them. So like why y'all paying them this much money? But I know, like, this day and age, they just try to lock in these young players that have them for life. Well, I mean, 5 years, that's a long-ass time, but you got to find a way to build the rest of the team. It's different with football because now not only do you got people on offense and defense, everybody got to get paid. You got 22 people. You feel me? You got a 53-man roster. Somebody can get paid 252. That's more than probably half of your fucking team. But he has nothing to prove for it. Yes, he got a great arm, but he hasn't got his team where he needs to be. He's been in the wild card, and he lost. Like I said, 27-0, and they blew that game. They was up 27-0 at halftime. So I don't see why they. I don't get it. I don't know why they paid him that much, but I mean, whatever. I understood why Lamar Jackson got paid that much because his team is consistently in the playoffs. He's won an MVP. He's been almost, I want to say the AFC Championship versus the Chiefs. I might be wrong. Or he's in the division championship game. No knock against Herbert, but then again, I don't see him as a top 10 player in the league. He's not overall top 10. As far as quarterback, he might be somewhere between, I'll say 7 and 10 for Justin Herbert. But like I said, I'm all for everybody getting paid, but I just feel like some of these contracts be ridiculous for them to be paying these dudes, like cashing them out like that, and just saying fuck the rest of the team for the most part. And then you got Elker on the team. That's a running back. Y'all paying that man like $5-6 million a year, and then you go out and pay a quarterback $262 fucking million. Like that $60 million you could have went to him. Sign him for 5 years. So then y'all got a dynamic duo. Y'all got the chemistry. Y'all could build on something, but when y'all pay one person that much, man, like it starts to concern me. Now, everybody's not Patrick Mahomes. He just got his little deal a couple years ago. He got 2 Super Bowls out of that. That makes sense. But for these dudes that ain't even made it to the AFC Championship or won the MVP, like y'all gotta chill with paying all this bread to these dudes, man. So that's all I really have for that. 2 of the biggest contracts in NFL and NBA. So that's all I have for NFL and NBA. I really want to get into this UFC card. Great card. I love this time of the year, closer to the mid-summer time. This when everybody's healthy for the most part. Everybody that fought earlier in the year, they looking for that second or third fight, and that middle card always be the best one. So I'm gonna get into my predictions for this one. I want to say it's about 2 belts on the line this night, but we'll get into that in 1 second. Let me get to this. We're going to start off with the prelims because the prelims actually look pretty solid as well. Let me see. We're going to start from the bottom. We got Jake Matthews, 18-6, versus Miguel Beza, 10-3. For that fight, it's a welterweight battle. I'm gonna go with Jake on that one. I just see more fights in him. He look like he's a bigger fighter too, so I'll go with him. Just go out on a limb and say him. Claudio Ribeiro, 11-3 versus Roman Kopolov, 10-2. It's a middleweight fight. I'm gonna go for Roman in that one. I think I went for him the last couple of fights. Moving on, we got Marcos Rogerio de Lima, 21-9-1 versus Derek the Black Beast. I think that's his name, Black Beast, 26-11. This fight, they got Marcos as the favorite, but yeah, Derek Lewis the underdog for this fight. This is a prelim fight. I don't know if he did. I'm pretty sure he did slip down the rankings. He done lost some big fights recently, but I'm gonna go with him for this fight. I believe he's bigger than him. He got his knockout power is much more greater than Marco. So I'm going to go with Derek Lewis to be the first upset of the night. Not really necessarily an upset, but for one of the underdogs to win, one of the top underdogs to win on this card. The next fight we got is Trevin Gills, 16-4, versus Gabriel Bonfim, 14-0. I'm going to go with Trevin because I've seen him fight a couple times. I really haven't seen this undefeated dude, but the way he looking at me in this picture, I would have knocked him the fuck out. So I'm going to go with my boy Trevin. Trevin, 16-4. Gabriel, you getting the ass whooped this week. That's all we got for the prelims. Let's move into this main card because this shit is crazy. This main card, we are, there we go, my bad. Alright, the main card for UFC 291. First fight we got on the main card. Michael Chiesa, 18-6 versus Kevin Holland, 24-9. I think it's another fight. Kevin Holland's the underdog. As far as these two, if Mike can take Holland down, if if Mike can take Holler down 2 or 3 times, I feel like he'll win this fight. No doubt about it. If Kevin can keep him on his feet and talk more shit than he usually does his opponents, I think Kevin Holler can pull off the upset as the underdog. So I'm gonna go with the underdog in this fight too. I'm gonna go with Kevin Holler. Next fight we got Tony Ferguson 26-8 versus Bobby Green 29-14-1. Tony been getting his ass whooped. I think he on like a 4 or 5 fight losing streak. He been fighting top contenders, but I just feel like his jaw ain't there, his chin not there no more. He was great at one point, but once those losses start to stack up, it's hard for you to get back on. And as you get older, like some people don't get better in the MMA game. So I'm gonna go with Bobby Green. I think he can outstrike Tony Ferguson in this one. I don't see Tony even getting Bobby in trouble this fight. So I'm gonna go with Bobby Green on that one. Next fight we got third card on the main card. We got Stephen Wonderboy Thompson 17-6-1 versus Mike Piera 28-11. That's the motherfucker that be doing backflips and chasing motherfuckers around the cage and shit. I believe I was hoping Wonder Boy. He's one of those guys, like I say, he's just too friendly. You can't be too friendly in MMA. He's one of them guys that's like, he shows way too much respect. He don't got that killer instinct unless he just don't like the person. It's hard for him not to like people in the game. I think he just enjoys fighting. He didn't got up there in age. I really don't see him winning this fight, so I'm gonna go with, I think it's not Michael, it's Michel Pierre, because I forgot that's how he said it. Michel Pierre, 28-11. I think he can pull off the win, so I'm gonna go Pierre on that one. Co-main event, we have a battle of 2 champs, former champs, one at light heavyweight and one at middleweight. Alex Pierre, man, these niggas got the same last name. I just realized that. Alex Pierre, 7-2, goes up into the lightweight division to challenge the former champ, Jan Blachowicz, 29-9-1. I don't want to count out Jan as the, not saying he ain't got punch power, but what I've seen Alex do at middleweight, and for him to go up, they said that like he should have been fighting. They said low key he could really fight at heavyweight. Like he's that like big in weight pause. Like he's really damn. They got me on this pause shit too. God damn it. Pierre is he can walk around at like 225, so he could be a heavyweight. He's been dropping all that weight to fight at middleweight, and now he's going up to light heavyweight, which is 205. I believe he can get the job done here. I think this is going to be a more comfortable weight for him, that he be able to cut easier. He won't have to lose 40 pounds to get down to the 185 no more. So I'm gonna go with Alex Pierre to win his light heavyweight debut. Like I've just seen these last couple fights, I don't want to count John out, but I just believe Pierre can knock him out, and I actually believe he's gonna win this one by knockout. So I'm gonna go with him to win that co-main event, Alex Pierre. Main event is a rematch from about 2-3 years ago of some of the top light heavyweight fighters in the world. We have Dustin Poirier, 29-7 versus 24-4 Justin Gaethje. If you've seen this first fight, they first fight versus each other was a classic. I want to say Dustin won by knockout. He just took Justin too deep into the water, and he couldn't hang with him. Dustin looked like he was more hungry in that fight, so he found a way to put Justin down. Justin said he'd been training. He knew that he had to run this fight back one day eventually, and now they're fighting for the BMF belt, which was pretty much relinquished by Jorge Masvidal when he retired. So Dustin is the damn man. I don't know. Like I will say, I can't admit this card right here is not predictable. Like this whole main card, anybody can win these fights. Like I'm saying, it's not no lucky punch or nothing like that. I'm seriously saying like both of these dudes can actually beat each other. Like some of these fights we benchmark, this is one that can go either way. But from a fan's sake, I'm gonna go with Justin Gaethje because I want to see him win one of those bigger fights. Like if he beats Dustin Poirier, he's gonna be the next one to challenge Oliveira for that lightweight belt. So I'm gonna go for Justin, just in case. If Justin wins, he's gonna end up getting that belt, and when he does get the belt, he's gonna end up having to fight Dustin again for the third time. So I believe that Justin Gaethje can win this fight. I don't know if he can knock him out, but he can outstrike him. He just got to get him in some type of trouble. He might have to work the body because these dudes, they not looking to go to the ground. They don't be doing that. They stand there and banging. But he needs to shut down Dustin Poirier's body. If he can shut down his body and get his punches off, I believe Gaethje will win this fight. So I'm going with Gaethje for that one. So just a quick rundown. I'm going with Jake Matthews. I'm going with Roman Kutlova. I'm going with Derek Lewis in the heavyweight. I'm going with Trevin Gills. And where did we go? Kevin Holland. Tony Ferguson. No, I'm not Tony Ferguson. I'm taking Bobby Green. I'm taking Michelle Pierre. I'm taking Alex Pierre. And I'm taking Justin Gaethje. That is the UFC 291 predictions for this week. As y'all can see with the video, I'm starting to do a little bit more editing. So y'all start seeing, y'all gonna see my official picks when I put them up there. So I'll throw those up there. Y'all let me know. I'll be doing the FanDuel thing. I might put a couple of little small parlays together, see if I can get lucky and win some money. So that's all I have for the UFC. Next, I want to get into, to wrap up sports, is the biggest fight of the last 10 years for me at least. Boxing fans, we finally got it. Terrence Bud Crawford, 39-0, 30 knockouts, versus Errol, the True Spence Jr., 28-0, 22 KOs. 22 KOs. This, as far as the prediction for this fight, I'm going with Spence. That's always been my pick since day one. I've been a Spence fan. Just from the personal side, from the wreck that he got into, for him to come back from that wreck, to beat Sean Porter, to beat Ugas, to beat Danny Garcia, those guys were in the top 10 at the moment in that division. For him to come back and fight all three of these dudes and win, and a great performance in all three of those wins, I gotta give my hats to him, man. Like, if y'all seen the accident, like, this man wasn't supposed to be here. You can see the difference in him. Like you said, he don't club no more. He don't actually kick with him no more. Like, he's really 100% into boxing and shit. So that's the reason why I'm going with him. I believe, as far as with those two fighters, they have fought a couple of opponents, the same opponents. I understand that, but Spence got to him first. If you look at it that way, if Spence already beat him and then you come down and fight his leftovers, that's the way I see it. I know a lot of people just say it because they say Bud, like, nothing against Bud. I love Bud as a fighter. I believe they could actually be number 1 and 2, but I believe Spence is the number 1, and he's gonna show that this week, this weekend. But like I was saying, I feel like Spence has beat more competition than Bud has. They fought a couple of people in common, but overall, if you look at Spence resume versus Bud resume, I believe Spence got the better resume. And I just believe he's going to win this fight. I don't see this being a knockout. I actually see this going the distance. I want to say my pre-prediction was, I want to say that Spence will win 7 to 8 rounds. The reason I say 7 to 8 is because I know for a couple of rounds, those first maybe 2 or 3 rounds, they're gonna be filling each other out. They probably won't throw too many punches. So those little rounds are up in the air. But I believe outside of that, I can see Bud winning like 2 rounds later on, maybe like 9 and 10. But I think Spence will hit all the rest of the spots. So I really believe he can win 7 or 8 of those. I just watched the conference. Neither one of these dudes look like they afraid of each other. Both of them, nobody look like they playing around. I know they little families into it, arguing and shit. Because I mean, these are the top two. Bud said something real deep in here, just saying like, man, like when we get together, like we don't have to do all this bickering back and forth, man. Let's just put on a show. Everybody get paid, everybody go home to their family. But we gonna find out who number one in the world. So I salute him for that. But when it comes down to this fight, man, like I said, it's really a 50-50 fight. But I'm going with my boy Spence. That's my final pick. Spence and unanimous decision. Or I'll say unanimous decision. I can see him winning 7 to 8 rounds. So that is my prediction for the fight. Make sure y'all go get that pay-per-view. It's gonna be on Showtime Boxing. Errol Spence Jr. versus Terrence Crawford. Undisputed welterweight was on the line. Spence got 3 belts. Bud got 1 belt. The winner gets all 4. They'll be the unified welterweight champion. And they've been like that since early 90s, I think they said, 147. Yeah, I think like the early 90s. So salute to these two brothers, man. I'm glad to see like boxing is still like thriving in 2023. Even though they said boxing was dead, they keep on finding a way to get back on top. So y'all make sure y'all tune into that fight this weekend. Next thing I wanted to get into is the let me see, a little bit of news. I was reading a little bit on Jamie Foxx, and they were saying that he is back, not back to normal, but he's in a better spot than he was. He's not in the hospital no longer. He finally dropped a video, a heartfelt video of him just expressing his love for his fans. He's not a clone. That's what I really want to talk about, is like every time somebody goes missing for a while, they I don't know if it's because this movie, I'm gonna get into it in a little bit as well, but people keep saying like it's a clone. Like when Kodak went to jail and got out a couple years later and got the spazzing and rapping, they're saying he is a clone. Gucci, when he went to jail, when he got out, they're saying he's a clone. Like these are people just getting better with their life. Like at some point, you can't remain that same image for your life. At some point, you gotta get older. You gotta get wiser. You gonna make different decisions. If it's health decisions or whatever, cause like with these rappers, most of these dudes be on drinking, smoking and all that shit their whole damn career. Then as they get older, now they starting to get back on that fitness side and getting healthy, trying to get right. Then they start saying, "Oh, you a clone because you got your life together or whatever." So, anyways, I just want to say I'm glad that Jamie Foxx is doing well. Like I said, he was saying like he's not a clone. A lot of people, I was seeing a lot of shit on social media saying like he looks lighter, that it's not the real him, that it look like he bleached his skin, like some type of weird shit. Like he hasn't even said what he went through. He had some type of health scare, and he doesn't have to explain that to us. All he gotta do is continue like making good music, being a great actor, and doing what he's doing. But as far as personal level, that's between him and his family. And I believe that's something that we need to get back to, is respecting our own and stop telling everybody all our fucking business. Like, keep your business to yourself. Don't let the whole world into it. Don't let the social media world into it, because once you do that, they can make whatever story out of it. They can run whatever you say, and they can string this shit on out. So, like I said, salute to Jamie Foxx for being back healthy, man. Like I said, that would have been a tough loss for us, man, if we'd have lost Jamie, man. With him still being young and shit, like he's still in his prime as far as his acting and movie role and all this stuff that he's doing. So salute to Jamie Foxx, man. On another note, I want to talk about this Carlee Russell situation. If y'all remember last week, I was saying that Carlee Russell went missing for 48 hours. Family couldn't find her. She said that she saw a toddler on the side of the highway. She tried to rescue him. Somebody came out the woods, kidnapped them, stripped her naked, took pictures of her, and she was able to escape. She don't know where the baby went, but she was able to escape and made it back home, and looked like she'd been into some shit. Whole time, I'm sitting there, like I said, hey, let's give it a chance, let it all play out because we don't know if she's telling the truth or lying. Because I felt once I seen the parents come out, it's like the parents they blindsided too. They don't know what's going on. They just know that they got their daughter back. Come to find out, the motherfucker lied. The thing that I was bringing up was when I mentioned last week was that they said that over 100,000 women, not just black women, but women, every year go missing. As far as that ticker that be at the bottom of CNN and all that type of shit, you don't be seeing that. They more worried about what Kanye got going on, like what Jay-Z and Beyonce, how much money they making. That's what that ticker be about. They don't talk about like these women's going missing every day. 100,000 plus women every year. Like that's somebody's daughter, that's somebody's family member. Like these people just disappearing. And you got the nerve to sit here and fucking play it, not just because you a woman, but as a black woman. Like that shit, it's certain shit that bothers me. And I don't want to sound all aggressive about it, but it's just annoying that like you will put this image out there to say, hey, like I still don't get like she hasn't released a statement or anything. Well, she released a statement to her attorney, basically saying it was a hoax. She didn't mean to do it. She lied to the media and everything. Her family, she apologized to them and her friend and shit. I don't know what the family says since she been out, but I did just read that the boyfriend, well, her ex-boyfriend now, he broke up with her ass. I'm gonna just read a little bit what he said. Damn, wait a minute. Well, the attorney was saying we're still trying to determine where she was during those 49 hours, but I'm glad that we received this. And at least put some of the social media super slows hopefully at rest for a little bit as far as what everybody else thinks took place. We know that by her own admission, it didn't happen. So she, like I said, she pretty much said, hey, it didn't happen, it was a hoax. Like, I didn't mean it, I didn't know it was gonna do this, I didn't know it was gonna do that. The boyfriend said that he felt betrayed, disgusted that she would even do a certain thing and left him blindsided because he didn't know what the fuck happened. He's texting her like a boyfriend, trying to check up on her. He's not hearing from her. Whole time in the media, they saying that she's disappeared and somebody kidnapped her. So I just want to bring awareness to that. Like we need to start putting more awareness that women are going missing every day. Not just women, but like I said, this is kids go missing, men. Like everybody goes missing. We got a lot of missing reports, but a large amount of that, the majority, is women that's going missing. We need to start holding ourselves more accountable. We need to keep on looking out for our sisters, our mothers and everything like that, keeping a close tab on them because we need our women in our life, man. So like I said, I would go crazy if I lost any of the women in my life that like, as far as like my girl, my mom and my daughter, like my sister, all that type of shit, I would lose my mind, man. So like, just stop playing about certain shit. Don't play about a situation like this because one day you're gonna be playing and somebody ain't gonna give a fuck if something gonna really happen to you. So all I just wanna say is, man, like y'all keep on looking out for y'all people. Don't let nobody feel like her, feel like she gotta do some stupid shit like this to get some type of fame or whatever. Cause like I said, you ain't getting no money out of this. Now you looking at fucking jail time because your dumb ass got on TV telling people you got kidnapped. So that's all I wanted to say on that, man. I just had to get that off my chest because I couldn't believe that this shit happened. Next thing I wanted to get into was a little bit of music I heard over the week. It is my boy Babyface Ray. He dropped a tape called Summer's Mine. Couple songs up there I was fucking with. Really some of these top ones. Bosses Winking with Bosses. Don the Bag. He got a video to that one. Scarface. Leaving London was probably one of my favorite on there. Just a couple features he got on this tape. He got V's. He got, who else is this? He got Vory. He got Westside Gun. So he got a couple of features on here. 16, 17 songs. I really didn't listen to the whole tape yet. I really listened to like most of that top probably like 8 out of 16 so far. Lil Tyler Flow, I was fucking with that song too. But that's just some music y'all want to ride to, man. Again, that's Babyface Ray. He dropped a tape called Summer's Mine. That's on all streaming platforms. Make sure y'all go check that out. Again, a couple of songs out there, a little Tyler Flow, Leaving London, Don the Bag, Scarface, and Bosses Linking with Bosses. That's just a couple of tracks I got off that tape. Moving right along. I know it might seem like I'm speeding through this, but it's hot as fucking that, man. Like the air, the heat, like the air, none of this shit is working right now. Fans, like it's just hot down here, and I'm ready for the summer to be over with already. But let me move into this movie I saw. I didn't see the whole movie. This movie is called They Clone Tyrone. It is on Netflix, and from what I've seen, with this movie, it's a relatable movie. It's a lot of things that I've seen on here, like from a black standpoint, it's like a lot of shit that we are influenced by, a lot of shit that go on, and Jamie Foxx was in this movie. I really can't remember the other dude name, the other star in this movie, the other stars in this movie, but I enjoyed from what I've seen. I enjoyed most of the movie. It had a lot of things going on in here that I still don't understand, so I don't want to give you a whole thing about it. But pretty much, this is just what the movie basically is about. Is pretty much black culture or people, well, black culture in this movie being clones. What we see, like from as far as they had something on there like with music. The music that we put out, the music we listen to, if it say shoot somebody in the video or on the song, it registers in our head like, damn, we gotta go do what they saying. And that's what happens in the rap game. A lot of people get influenced by the rap game and they're like, you know what, fuck it, I can go shoot somebody. I'm sliding on my ops, I'm rolling my ops up in weed and all this type of shit. And it was speaking about that. And I ran across this page that was breaking down the movie, and it was just saying like about like some of the clone things that was going on in here. I just wanted to go over a little bit with y'all. So I'm just read like off the summary that it said. It says, so let's make things clear for the ones who kept missing the message of this movie. You are the clone. This movie has nothing to do with Jamie Foxx being cloned. This movie is about you. All you drug dealers, scammers, gangsters, pimps, hoes, and hood rats, you are the clone. You're just a carbon copy of the same stereotype placed in neighborhoods all across the country. You're allowed to thrive because what you're doing to the community keeps the property values low, and the whites out, which allows the powers to be to experiment freely on your communities without fear of harming their own. That's another thing. Like they were saying, like drug dealers. Once you produce a certain amount of drug dealers, it just inspires the next person. Like, damn, this is another way I can make money. I know it's not the right way, but I gotta get it the way I can because I can't get this job, I can't get that job. And a lot of people, they sell themselves short when they get in that game, and they feel like they can't do better than what they're doing. They gotta put their life on the line just to make money. And they're just saying like, we're just certain clones of that. Another thing it said on here, you destroy your own living conditions for little to no real financial gain and expense of your own families due to a lack of self-esteem and knowledge of self. You can't see past your own block or your hood because you have been programmed to be. Damn, my bad, Joe. Programmed to be short-sighted to keep you from seeing far enough to see the bigger picture. The bigger picture is that you are the clone. Another part on here it says, let me get it. Sorry if I just reading y'all. I'm trying to see what else it was about. You can't. Oh, I should have read that. Notice how Tyrone wasn't even a character in the whole story. Tyrone was the clone, and at the end saw himself on the news after the truth was finally revealed. You are Tyrone. Also notice how the whole hood had to finally come together to prevail. Please tell me that you didn't just completely go over it. This didn't go completely over your head. My people suffer of a lack of knowledge, and the real question is, how long though, Tyrone? So pretty much, like the movie was saying, like we are clones. We are only accustomed of the things that we see. we go by that. A thing that I be mentioning as far as like with financial literacy, this is something I'm just learning in my later years of my life. I don't have the finances the way I want it. If I would have knew this stuff years ago, I would have been way in a better financial position than I am now. I could have been a millionaire by now if I would have knew this cheat code. And that's like I said, just investing in stocks and stuff like that. Honestly, I didn't know anything about stocks. I didn't know. I just looked at it like, damn, if I put some money, if I buy this stock, the stock market gonna go up and down. Yes, that's the reality, but you're not thinking about the longevity. You keep them stocks in there 5, 10 years, you're gonna be sitting on money. Then at that point, do I want to keep working, or now can I build my own business and live off what I got? As long as I got some income coming in, these stocks are still growing. I can take whichever stocks I want out at any time and put that money in my account. I just believe that like when it comes to our culture, man, like we see everything for what it is, but we don't retaliate the way that we should. We see something that, like the easiest way. I'm gonna be a rapper. I'm gonna make a hit song and get paid $1 million. Then you forget. A lot of people do that. They forget about their community. They forget what they came through. They say fuck their family, fuck everybody, and shit like that. But this movie, from what I've seen, it was a lot of messages in there. It was just, like I said, I don't want to spoil the movie. I just want to give y'all a little quick breakdown on some of the stuff that they seen in the movie. This movie is called, once again, They Clone Tyrone. It is on Netflix. I want to do a full breakdown on this movie with somebody that's seen it already, and I just want to like have a real talk about it. So anybody that want to do a full breakdown on a movie They Call Tyrone, give me like a week. I'm gonna try to watch it this weekend and tap back in to do a full video on it, because I really want to see like all the hidden gems that they had in there and really sit down and talk about that. So moving right along, I wanted to get into a TV show I saw over the weekend, which is the same TV show I saw last week, Dark Side of the Ring, pretty much wrestling WWE. Bam Bam Bigelow. This was the episode on Bam Bam Bigelow. Just a quick rundown. Bam Bam Bigelow was one of the biggest, one of the big guys up in the division, but he was very athletic. He was doing backflips. He did flips off the top of the ropes. Like I'm talking about backflips. This dude was like 300 some pounds, 275, 300. I think they said he got up to like 380, and he was still athletic, like still doing flips, cartwheels, and all type of shit. Pretty much he was a bigger guy. Bam Bam Bigelow was a bigger guy growing up. He was bigger than most of his peers. As he got to the age of 17, I think they say from New Jersey, he ended up meeting DDP from WCW, Diamond Dallas Page. They became big friends. They became good friends, and Diamond Dallas Page was telling him like, maybe you should be a wrestler, man. Like you stocky, you don't need to be up in these bars and stuff, beating up on people. They said he was a bounty hunter at one point. The security. Yeah. Security. He was a security guard in clubs and shit like that. What else happened? Security guard, bounty hunter, and finally he ran into the little wrestling business. Got the training with some people. Got into WWE. Now the part I didn't know that when he came to WWE was late 80s, going into the 90s, and he was the partner. He was a tag team partner with Hulk Hogan, and they were pushing him to get that title shot. And I think they said he had a knee injury. He had an injury. I think it was a knee injury. And once he got the knee injury, he fell into the pharmaceutical business by investing in oxycodone, perks, and all that type of shit, like for the pain. Because like I said, he's a bigger body, he's very athletic, and he was trying to find ways to get rid of this pain, man. And he got addicted to medicine and stuff like that. He had, I think he said he had 3 kids. He was married. After that injury, he went away for a while. Ends up in WCW. Like these things I didn't know. He was in WCW for a while. Leaves WCW, goes to ECW. No, leaves WCW, goes back to WWF, tries for another run. He gets injured again, start gaining weight. He's on the pills. Um, the medicine just got in the way. He goes to ECW, wins the belt, the heavyweight belt, and I think after that his career started going down the drain because I said he was addicted to medicine, um, still drinking on that medicine, just mixing medicine with alcohol. I mean, that's always a disaster. And finally, as his marriage went on, like he was starting to get angry, like because his wife was telling him like to lay off the medicine, but he was like saying like, man, I'm in pain, like I can't keep doing this shit. And one fast forward closer to the end, him and his daughter was driving. He started dozing off at the wheel or whatever. They took him in to jail because they said like he was driving under an influence, and he had his daughter that was in danger because she was driving. She was 2 years old at the time. So Bam Bam went through a lot, man. The outcome of this was that he ended up passing away. He overdosed at the age of 45. That's pretty young as far as the rest of business because most of these dudes, they be fighting till they 50, 60. 45 was very young. I think at that point he was like 380 or something like that, so he was getting almost to 400 pounds. So his diet wasn't there. He couldn't wrestle no more. His family, like, it was falling apart because pretty much the wife was saying like, hey, either you can stop doing these drugs or we're gonna leave you. And he pretty much chose to keep on taking these pills because he was addicted at this point. And this just goes back to like every episode I've seen so far on Dark Side of the Ring. It's either something to do with Vince McMahon or it's got something to do with like drugs. And like with that medicine, man, like once he got off the alcohol too much, he started taking all those pills. And they said he was taking like 15 to 20 oxycodone a day, 15 to 20 a day. Like that is not good at all. So RP to Bam Bam Bigelow, man. I didn't know a lot of stuff about this dude, man, but he is one of my favorite fighters. I like him. He's one of the heels. Like I said, I didn't know he was the good guy. I ain't never know that he was one of the good guys, but apparently he was when he first came to WWE. He was in major pain. Like he even got like he had movie parts and stuff like that. So it just sucks, man, that he died at 45. But rest in peace to Bam Bam. Check out that Dark Side of the Ring. I just wanted to give y'all like the key points of like how his life went. But it's so much more that you can learn about Bam Bam if you're a WWE fan. So y'all tap into that. Dark Side of the Ring comes on every Tuesday on Vice. So set y'all DVR or whatever, or just check it out when y'all get a chance, man. Moving on in the show, I wanted to get into. Let me see here. Get into the 5 stocks I got for this week, and they are. Let me get back to it. Damn, I'm missing Alright, where it go? So this first stock, I'm gonna go with, just to let y'all know where we at with them. I end up selling a couple of shares to Vuzix. Not because I'm still learning because I said I want to have 5 stock. I want to have 10 solid ones. So right now I'm just dibbling dabbling in certain ones or whatever. But I replaced Vuzix. I ended up selling a couple of shares I had with them. And my next purchase in this place is going to be Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo is a bank. I saw over the week. I was watching a video, Salute to Wall Street Trapper. Y'all go follow him. He's teaching financial literacy for your financial gain, your generational wealth. Man, he said some motivating stuff that got me back to trying to, not just trying, but actually doing stocks again and being 100% all in. But he was just saying like, you should own a bank instead of having a bank account, putting money in there and letting them take out fees or whatever, or using your money to provide loans to other customers. You should grab a bank share, one of the ones that's actually moving and working out or whatever. And I just decided Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo is currently $45.79. So that's one on the cheaper side if y'all want to buy one for the bank. Number 4, I got the physical gold ETF share. It is currently at 1860. It's down a little bit today. AMC Entertainment is $4.57. They're currently down as of today as well. Aurora Cannabis is at 50 cents. 50 cents right now. They are up today. And then that final is Apple. They are at $193.21. They're up from last week. They were actually up to like 196 earlier today, but it dropped down a little bit. But either way, Apple is still going up every week. It seems like it's jumping up like $1 or $2 every week. But this is one of those stocks that you want to hold on to for 5-10 years and let that shit just build up. My goal for just a year breakdown for my stocks, my goal is to have at least 50 to 100 shares each of each stock. So I want to find 10 solid ones that I'm gonna stick with. Now I want to have at least 100 shares of each one, and I think that's gonna put me in a position I want to be financially. And as I keep on learning, I'm gonna teach the things I know. So like right now, I don't really know much about stocks. It's just the basic stuff like to look at the balance sheet, look to see how they performing every year, if they offer any dividends quarterly or whatever, and just like little small stuff. Y'all can do your own research. I believe that we can I just want us to get to a point where we're saving more than we're spending. I've been in the position before that I'm spending way more money than I got, and that sounds weird, but that's what we do. Like, live paycheck to paycheck. We spending bread, we dipping into it, the rent money, the mortgage money, and having to sit these bills to the side just to make sure we eat every week. Gas, getting gas every day. You gotta feed the kids, you gotta feed yourself, you gotta go here and there. Like, it's just so much shit, man. We just have to get to a point where financially, we don't have to worry about a damn thing. As long as we can afford doing this and that, it ain't like, it'll be cool, man. And like I said, building generational wealth, being able to pass this down to the next generation so they don't have to get it out the mud. They don't have to work from the bottom. They can actually have somebody like, once they get to that generation, hey, my pops, my grandma, my grandpa, whatever, they left me $1 million. I'm good for life. As of right now, I'm good. I'm in a good position in life right now financially, but they can build off that. So those are my 5 stocks for the week. As I wrap up the show, damn, hey, do me a favor real quick, bro. Where is it at? I ain't even got it on here. The last thing I wanted to talk about was the top 5 Madden teams. Could you Google it on your phone real quick? That shit just went off though. I hope it don't flag it. Put in Madden 24 top teams. Now I just want to give y'all the top 5 Madden 24 teams to looking forward to next month. August 14th or 15th, Madden is released, and yeah, these are the top 5 right here. What is it, the top 10? 3, 6, 9. So I'm gonna go with the top. I say top 10 defense. These are clown. Top 10 offense, defense. Okay, these are. Oh shit. All right. So they got Kansas City number 1, 91. The Bengals are 91. The Eagles are 90. The Bills are 89, and the Cowboys are 88. Just looking at this list, I ain't got no problem as far as with Madden teams. I don't got a problem with these top ones, but I don't see how the fuck the Cowboys are number 5 on this game. The Cowboys ain't been shit since Emmitt Smith and Deion Sanders. I think because they who did they get? They got Brandon Cook from the Texans. They got a speed receiver. And they got Stephon Gilmore. Their team got a little bit better, but they trying to say like the fucking Cowboys about to win the Super Bowl. That's the only one I really don't agree with. I know that Buffalo gonna be good. I know the Eagles will be good, Bengals, and obviously the Chiefs. But yeah, that's all I got for the top 5. Madden comes out August 14, 15. If anybody wants smoke, add me on the Xbox, Michi217. I don't have a top 5 for y'all this week, but I'm pretty much done with Madden 23. I'm ready for this new one that comes out in 2 weeks. When that come out, I'm gonna be online. I'm gonna be doing ranked games. If anybody want to smoke, send me an invite. Send me a friend request. I'm gonna add you, Michi217 on the Xbox, and I think it's gonna be crossplay soon. So if your bitch ass is on PlayStation 5, I'll whoop your ass off of there too. That's for 2K2. I'm the NBA 2K GOAT. I'm the Madden GOAT. Ain't nobody fucking with me. I'm gonna be real with y'all. If you wanna tap in with UFC or Grand Theft Auto, I do that too. You got something to say? Exactly. I want to thank y'all for tuning in this week to this episode. Again, man, y'all try to stay cool. Make sure y'all hydrated. It's hot as fuck in the crib. It's hot as fuck outside. Stay cool. Be safe. Enjoy that UFC 291 card. All those fights. Enjoy the Spence and Bud fight. That is going to be the fight of the year. I'm saying it now. The fight of the last decade. This is going to be something to look forward to. It's going to be non-stop action. I'm hoping my boy Spence come away with the win. I honestly believe he will, but I also want this to be a good match. And they got a rematch clause, so either way, if it ends by a knockout, then somebody might want their rematch. But if it goes a decision, I believe that Spence will win, and I believe that Bud is gonna want that rematch because he gonna feel like he can do something to even it up. So thank y'all for tuning in this week. I appreciate y'all. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Meet you from the Midwest. Also on Instagram. Follow me on my Facebook page, the Meet You from the Midwest podcast as well. Thank y'all for tuning in. Try to place y'all some parlays with them UFC. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get some of them right. Set up y'all a little parlay. Try to win y'all a little bit of bread. Spence is the underdog for this boxing fight. Bet on Spence. Put $100 on Spence. Put $1,000 on Spence. Spence is gonna win this fight. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm gonna catch y'all next week.